Welcome to the Electric Current Rundown Podcast, episode number 23. And I'm your host, Phil Defiance, and I'll always say I'm here to encourage the spread of intriguing knowledge that can spark fires in the minds of those seeking inspiration and truly improving the world. And what I'm going to be talking about in this episode includes how cozy video games are helping people with mental health. And then a quick documentary perspective on music production and my own experiences with it. So, on the topic of how cozy video games are helping people with mental health. So, that's about this type of video game called cozy games, or even cozy gaming. And what is that really? I mean, it's like games that are really like neutral, like not really like exciting, like shoot 'em ups, like big thrill games of that variety. It's more like games similar to Nintendo type of games, like really neutral kinds of games, like the type of games that are like they give you a happy vibe, like have a happy vibe to them. Like people that have mental health issues are now going into this kind of thing and doing this. And it's actually a really good thing. A lot of people that are doing this end up seeing good positive effects from doing this. And it's not just the video game itself. There's even more to it. A lot of these people that are doing this are like getting special stickers and special setups, like putting these stickers related to their favorite cozy game like on their console and setting up their room in a special way with special lighting, all themed like to the type of game that they're playing, and it like is all related to the video game, and it just like creates a happy atmosphere for people that are doing this. And so I mean, it's actually showing positive results for people that are actually doing this, and actually it's actually a good thing. But I'm going to continue on the topic in just a moment. I'm just going to go on this quick break real quick right here, where I'm going to say at Planebold, with an expanding catalog of high-quality clothes and consumer goods. If you want really cool-looking clothes or consumer goods at low prices, check us out. Go to planebold.com. You'll love some of the designs we have, whether you want to get premium or just standard items. We know you'll love it. You'll see. You'll also love the killer deals on consumer goods. Go to planebold.com today. That's plain, like airplane, planebold.com. And when I say we, I really mean me. It's just a one-man operation. I gotta rewrite that, but okay. So, I mean, to continue on that topic, I mean, maybe you yourself do not have any mental health issues. That's fine. But what happens if you know someone else that has such issues? I mean, like a family member or even a friend. And if you feel bad for them, like you feel sorry for them, like maybe one thing that you could do as a favor to them is give them advice on trying this. Or maybe you have some mental health issues. Maybe that's the case. Well, then maybe you should try it, because this is actually a really good thing. There's good results in these kinds of things. I mean, look more into it. And maybe you don't even know anyone that has any mental health issues. Then, I mean, just keep this in mind, because if you do encounter someone one day that ends up becoming your friend and you feel sorry for them, maybe you should remember this right here, what I was talking about, and then bring it up to them, because this could actually help people. This has been showing signs of helping people, and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, shoot 'em up video games are like stressful. Like, think about it. I mean, you're shooting people up, you're murdering people in a video game. That's not the type of video game that would potentially help people with mental health issues, of course. So I mean, just thinking about it, like a neutral game of this kind, like Nintendo type games, you know, like those kinds of games, definitely it makes sense. Like, it could help people because it gives them a positive vibe. And then thinking about like things like setting up a room like that. Like, I mean, it just creates a happy atmosphere. So it makes a lot of sense that it's helping people that are doing this kind of thing with their mental health issues. It's giving them a positive vibe. And that's really what it's about. Because, you know, I mean, if you look at statistics, a lot of people that have mental health issues, it all stems to their depression. I mean, depression is really at the core of mental health issues to most people with mental health problems. And so, I mean, creating a positive vibe in their lives, or your life if you have mental health issues, is always a good thing, because it is, I mean, positivity defeats depression. It defeats negative thoughts. I mean, that's what really, if you think about it, really, depression is all about. It's negativity. And so, I mean, to conquer that negativity, you got to introduce an injection of positive thoughts into your mind. So, I mean, creating a positive environment with positive type video games like this is definitely a sensible option. I mean, it's actually intriguing. So, I mean, yeah. So just keep this in mind, like, in case if you know someone with mental health issues, or like you yourself have it, or just in case if one day a friend of yours ends up having mental health issues, you can bring this up to them and it could actually be really helpful. I mean, take a look further into it. I mean, if you're skeptical about it, go look it up on the internet and you'll find more evidence about it and you'll be impressed. And this is actually a good thing. I mean, especially nowadays with so many people having mental health issues, like, things like this could really have a good effect in helping them. So it's a good thing, good information right there. But I mean, okay, so I'm gonna finish off the episode with the last topic that I was talking about, like how I'm going to be talking about as I introduce the episode, and that is a quick documentary perspective on music production and my own experiences with it. I mean, music production is a funny thing. And I mean, if you recall a few episodes back, I was talking about my own personal history, and I mentioned that I did that years back. I mean, even somewhat recently, a couple years ago. But okay, I'm going to continue on that in a moment. I'm just going on this quick break before I get into that. And on this quick break, I'm going to talk about music is profound, whether it's your favorite artist or a one-hit wonder or a timeless classic. You love it. Appreciate that love even more wearing a quality music shirt from planebold.com. Yes, go to planebold.com. That's plain, like airplane, planebold.com. But either way, so that's actually funny because I just randomly pulled that out of my ads. And I'm talking about the topic of music. But okay, so to get right into that topic, I mean, like I mentioned in a previous episode, I have that history. So that's why I'm talking about it. I mean, to give you a little bit of a documentary point of view about it. I mean, actually, that just reminds me about something that happened to me about like 15, maybe 17 years ago, when I used to be going to this high school that also had a college campus at the same location. And that college actually was doing like big parties like once in a while, like not every single day, but like maybe once a month or maybe twice a month, something like that. And there was this big wall in the way. And I mean, the music was like really loud once you got past the barrier of the wall, and it was booming. But I mean, the funny thing is that one day, and this is where I realized something. This is a very intriguing thing, actually. As I was walking towards that wall, I didn't hear nothing at all. But once I crossed that path of that wall, suddenly the music was so loud. And it really stunned me. I mean, it was like a learning experience right there. It's actually funny how sound behaves with those sound waves. I mean, it's really science. That's true. I mean, it's craziness. Because, I mean, you would think that you would be able to hear some of that noise, but no, I didn't hear anything, barely anything, like maybe a hint, until I got past that barrier. And that's just the funny thing about sound, it's just funny in the way that the sound waves travel. But I'm going to continue on the topic on sound waves and advanced music production from a unique perspective of my own and my own experiences on my next episode. But that's the end of this episode number 23, with your host Phil Defiance of the Electric Current Rundown. And I'll always say, I'm here to encourage the spread of intriguing knowledge that can spark fires in the minds of those seeking inspiration and truly improving the world. Well, till next time, have a good one.